hear her call my name. Hey, Ollie, come over here. I want you to see something kind of cool. It's kind of neat. So I'm over here, and this is the moment I see it. I'm just flabbergasted. This is the most gestated fetus and closest thing to a baby I've seen. And she's like, okay, I want to show you something. So she has one of her instruments, and she just taps the heart, and it starts beating. And I'm sitting here, and I'm looking at this fetus, and its heart is beating. And I don't know what to think.
Is there still circulation in the heart once you isolate it?
So, so there are times when after the procedure is done that the heart actually is still beating.
They induce fetal demise at about 20 weeks, 18 to 20 weeks, and so they inject digoxin into the fetus.
Right. I was actually going to ask you about it because I want to make sure there's no digoxin on my
No.
Providers who use digoxin use it for one of two reasons. There is a group of people who just use it so that they have no risk of violating the federal abortion ban. If you induce a demise before you do the procedure, nobody's going to say you did a live, whatever the federal government calls it, a partial birth abortion.
Whenever you're talking about fully intact fetuses in the context of fetal tissue procurement, those are situations where no feticide, like digoxin or potassium chloride, no chemical like that can be used to kill the fetus beforehand because that poisons the organs and the tissues.
Yeah.
And so in that case, it's prima facie evidence of born alive infant cases.
And it's like, you know why that's happening? And I knew why it was happening. It's because the electrical current the nodes were still firing. And I don't know if that constitutes it's technically dead or it's alive. It had a face. It wasn't completely torn up. And its nose was very pronounced. It had eyelids. And its mouth was pronounced. And then, since the fetus was so intact, she said, okay, well, this is a really good fetus, and it looks like we can procure a lot from it. We're going to procure a brain. So, the moment I hear something like, that means we're going to have to cut the head open. We're going to have to cut the head open. So, it's like, okay, so what you do is you go through the face. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do this. And she takes the scissors and she makes a small incision right here and goes, I would say, to maybe a little bit through the mouth. And she's like, okay, can you go the rest of the way? And I'm like, yes. And I didn't want to do this. And so she gave me the scissors and told me that I have to cut down the middle of the face. And I can't even describe what that feels like. And I remember picking it up and finishing going through the rest of the face. And Jessica picking up the brain and putting it in the container with the media and parafilming it. And she left and she's like, okay, you can clean it up. And I'm just sitting there like, what did I just do? And that was the moment I knew I couldn't work for the company anymore. And it was, even if it's going to be good, if that could have been the cure for some kind of disease, then I wish, even if it was, I wish I still wouldn't have done it. I don't want to be that person. And I remember it was a male. I remember picking him up with the gloves because it was too heavy. The pie dish was this, and he was big, the pie dish, and I couldn't take it and put it in the strainer and put it in. I couldn't. It was just too big. And I opened the biohazard container, and it's almost full. It's almost full. I'm holding him in my hands. I'm like, oh my god, this is just, what am I doing? And I take him, I put him in, and I remember he got stuck on the lid. And it turned around and his buttocks was in the air and his 2 feet were dangling out, and I remember having to pick each one of his feet up and put him in the container and close the lid.